is numerous stab wounds about the neck. So you have these common traits with the two cases. And this only profile found in a girl that is believed to have been working the streets. We're pretty confident that we're looking at the same guy. At this point in time, on our side, we're not in a hurry. He's locked up. He will be locked up. And we're going to conduct the investigation in a manner that will result in us obtaining this additional evidence.
With time on their side, Phillips and Staley shift gears and pick up another murder case. After a second DNA hit comes through.
This is exactly what we're looking for, a perfect match between a parent blood sample and a suspect.
And detectives track down a woman who spills a story of murder kept locked away for 18 years.
I saw so much blood, so many gashes. He started crying and said, I think I killed somebody.
This kitchen's chaos.
Look at the mess.
Invites Gordon to fight his inner beast.
The land is on fire.
I'm blaming you for this one.
Oh my goodness, man. Gordon Ramsay's Secret Service, all new Wednesday on Fox. Major League Baseball takes over an iconic NASCAR track. And America's pastime has never been faster. Watch it. Allow it. The MLB season is on Fox. Midway Classic Saturday at 6 Eastern on Fox.
I don't know why it's falling. It's falling. This? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ray Staley and Danny Phillips are searching for evidence from the 1988 cold case.
I'm sure this is here.
Among the thousands of pieces of evidence that line these shelves, detectives find a bag
I'm
containing
familiar.
bloody shards of glass.
Here we are. There we go.
It's a break that will unlock a cold case of murder. It's all there.
So the first thing we're always looking for in a DNA case is some type of biological fluid that would allow us to develop a DNA profile.
Scott Hummel is a DNA analyst in Kansas City, Missouri. In December of 2005, Hummel pulls evidence from the 1988 hit-and-run accident that killed 56-year-old John Cianchuk.
A car was stolen, and that car ended up crashing into another vehicle, killing the driver of that vehicle. The stolen auto, it appeared that the driver of that car was injured because there was a broken windshield and blood on that windshield.
Now, 17 years later, Hummel pulls the glass shards and begins testing.
So those glass fragments were collected at the crime scene in 1988 and were retained in the laboratory in our freezer. There's a yellow chemical pad that, when it comes in contact with blood, it will turn a green color. And there we get an immediate strong green reaction, which is an indication that this is an apparent blood sample.
Hummel extracts a full genetic profile from the blood on the glass.
In this case, all the blood samples were tested. They all typed with the same profile, and the profile from the blood matched Melvin Jack's.
I'm from New
This is
York,
exactly
guys.
what we're looking for, a perfect match between a parent blood sample and a suspect. It's great news for the case.
Detective Danny Phillips has a suspect, 53-year-old Melvin Jacks. He runs a rap sheet and finds Jacks at a Kansas prison, serving a 13-year sentence for aggravated burglary.
Looks like there may be some sort of mark in the skin there. It'd be interesting to see how you might explain that.
I like that injury, or possible injury. Would that correspond to where he would have hit the windshield?
That's
Anywhere in front of
my
his
natural
face,
hair.
forehead, sure.
Phillips pulls the file and reviews the case.
Just drive along minding his own business and you're out of the clear blue. You know, this car T-bones
Thank you.
and subsequently he dies. It's senseless. Mr. Stanchik was innocent.
The suspect was driving a stolen car when he tried to outrun police.
And before the officer could even had the opportunity to stop this person, he accelerated, blacked out, turned his headlights off, and fled.
Moments later, that car ran a stop sign and crashed into CM Chuck, killing him instantly. When police arrived at the scene, the stolen car was there, but no suspect.
No trace of this guy. He was gone. All he cared about was, I'm in a stolen car. I hit some guy. I don't know if this guy is dead or not, but I'm getting out of here. And he just left.
Most likely is where Mr. Jacks was headed the windshield.
Back in '88, an anonymous tipster led police to Jacks, but they lacked the evidence to make an arrest.
There was a phone call that the detectives received at the time saying that they believe Mr. Jacks was the person that was responsible for the death of Mr. Sancho. And this was like 3 months after the wreck. And so Mr. Jacks was then completely healed by that time. So there was no evidence of the wreck on his body. So it ended there.
Today, DNA changes that.
The physical evidence will clearly show that his
Good morning,
blood,
guys. Good morning. What
several
are you
blood
guys doing
patterns
today?
throughout the interior vehicle were caused from injuries he sustained in that accident that happened right then and there.
On August 2nd, 2006, cold case detectives head out to the south side of Kansas City to get a look at the crime scene.
This is the southwest corner of 77th and Oak. Back in June of '88, just after 2 o'clock in the morning, the suspect vehicle, stolen vehicle, was traveling westbound at a high rate of speed.
Did the car actually hit the house?
Yeah, it did. See, this whole window is caved in. It's important to revisit the crime scene as an investigator. It's just not the same as looking at photos. You can get a whole lot better perspective by being able to your scene, the scene itself.
So this car's going this way.
Right.
That car comes and hits him and just drives it all the way up over there.
Yep.
So what do you T-bone together, basically, right?
After piecing together the crime, detectives realized their case as a whole. Jacks could argue that someone else was driving the vehicle.
We could say it was a passenger or someone else was driving the vehicle. So we just want to counter any type of defense or argument he might say in his defense. Going up here to the traffic investigations, they do all hit and run accidents.
The key was to see, okay, if the blood did match our suspect, is it consistent with the suspect being the driver?
Traffic investigator Chris Petrie examines the case and runs some simulations.
Good morning.
The tree struck the bumper right of center. So in doing that, the car travels in motion, strikes the tree. All the weight is still left of center. It's going to cause the car to rotate left. Mr. Jacks still going forward, and it would account for it being right at the steering wheel.
We can't bring the cars into the jury, but it just shows you on a smaller scale that the laws of physics are the same.
The officers agree the blood and damage to the windshield came from the driver of the vehicle, not from a passenger.
Basically, we're just trying to just cover all the bases because these are things he could say. We have science on our side and physics on our side, so it'll help us out just on that.
Detectives are ready for a word with Melvin Jacks. Just before 9 a.m., they find him at Lansing Correctional Facility and confront him with the evidence. Jacks denies any involvement and then abruptly ends the interview.
Complete denial. In no way, shape, or form is he going to admit to having any responsibility for this accident or having been involved in any fashion.
I don't think he understood DNA, especially the DNA evidence in this particular case, that it was all over the inside of the vehicle.
From the windshield, the driver's armrest, all the bloodstream, the tissue is that of Melvin Jacks. It's fresh, it's wet, you know. This is collected at the scene immediately after the accident. There's no way to dispute that.
Cold case detectives don't get the confession they angled so hard for. But they aren't finished yet. They do get a name. The name of a woman with a story to tell of murder.
We go back through the case file, look at those who were close to Mr. Jacks at the time, and see if perhaps he mentioned to them anything about his involvement in this particular accident.
It's a break that is about to pay off big.
I have blood all over me, and he said I tried to help the other person, but I think they're dead.
We heard you. Savings should be easier. So we created the new Stop and Shop Savings Station. Quickly scan your card or enter your phone number to activate your weekly digital coupons and personalized offers. Shop smarter, save more. Only at Stop and Shop. This week, Stop and Shop for great deals. Nature's Promise 94% lean fresh ground turkey is $2.99 each. And buy one Stop and Shop 80% lean ground beef value pack and get 5 items free with our cheeseburger wraps meal deal. Stop and Shop. Feed the moment.
Alex Palumbo's legendary season rolls on as the eyes in the historic 3 August 10th on Fox. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth. The biggest names in the game are playing at Braids in Chicago. It all goes down August 8th through 10th, 5 on Fox. Welcome to the site. You better be careful before you piss off.
I got a punch in my pants, but I'm feeling good.
Welcome to the sighting ceremony.
Hell yeah! Steak. All new Tuesday on Fox.
From Bryson, Capcom, and Phil, the biggest names in the game are playing with Live in Chicago. It all goes down April 10th, live on Fox.
Major League Baseball takes over an iconic NASCAR track. America's pastime has never been faster, larger, and louder. The MLB Speedway Classic, Saturday at 6 Eastern on Fox.
All right, let's figure this out.
Let me direct your attention to the summer of 1988. Did you have the occasion of contact with Mr. Jacks?
Yes, I did.
On October 4th, 2006, cold case detectives Danny Phillips and Ray Staley sit down with an acquaintance of Melvin Jacks, hoping for a break in the 1988 hit-and-run murder of John C. and Chuck.
We took a shot in the dark with a witness that we located. Used to date Melvin Jacks. It was encouraging when we contacted her because she didn't ask questions. So that indicates to me she knows what we want to talk about. She has information. Can you tell me about when this was?
I know it was at night, and when I looked through the Jeep to see who it was, I saw it was Melvin, and he was hurt pretty bad.
As detectives listen, the woman talks about a night 18 years ago when Melvin Jacks confessed to a deadly incident.
He was just crying and hugging. I had blood all over me, and he said I tried to help the other person get out of the car, but I think you're dead. I said, why didn't you call the police? Why did you leave? He said, look at me. I had drugs on me. The police, all I do is go to jail.
Did you notice any injuries about his body this time?
I just noticed he was so hurt that I thought he was going to die in my living room.
She had very clear recollection. You don't forget these kinds of experiences. It was pretty traumatic, probably for both of them.
He started crying and said, I think I killed somebody. And all he could do was run. He was so scared.
He indicated to her that he is somebody in the car. He doesn't think that this person is alive and stuff. So that was a crucial piece of information that we needed.
So y'all ever been in trouble for stealing cars? You ever been in jail for stealing everything? He probably tried to steal the refrigerator. I mean, seriously.
After 30 minutes, cold case detectives have what they need.
We've already got the instead of DNA in the right places. It's him. It's just this is icing on the cake. Come on in. There we go.
2 months after locating their star witness, cold case detectives bring their case to prosecutor Ted Hunt.
So, where are we at? Waiting on you. All right, balls in court. Great. It all fits together, and I think we've got a good, strong case to present to a jury. Ultimately, they have to decide what it all means, but we think it leads to murder. What we're doing right now is we've got the thing loaded, and it's ready to go. We got the charges ready. We're just going to send it to the grand jury.
Hunt takes the case and files one count of felony murder against Melvin Jacks.
We will try to get as much time as we can for him. They started this ball rolling by stealing the car and then running from the police. And that run's come to an end.
If convicted, Jacks could face up to life in prison.
You guys did a great job. They start the prosecution. I feel good. I feel best about it because it's going to bring closure to Mr. Sanchez. After all these years, they're going to have closure.
Well, we're going to Edmonton, Alberta. It's early in the morning, 6:30, and we're going to talk to the family of the homicide, Mr. Sinchuk.
On November 28th, 2006, Detectives Staley and Phillips packed their bags
No
and
beads
headed to the
everywhere.
airport
No beads
to catch a
everywhere.
flight to Canada. 1,600 miles later, they touched down in Edmonton. The temperature of negative 24 degrees.
Oh man, I swear I'll never complain about winter again. Being homicide detectives, this is the only, we can't really bring good news to people because, someone has died, but we can bring some type of relief, let them know that the person that was responsible was caught. So it's a bit chilly.
This is the home of Erwin and Joyce Streifler, John Sientruk's sister and brother-in-law.
Erwin Streifler. Quite really cool.
It's the final stop for cold case detectives. Joyce and Erwin Streifler have lived with a loss for 18 years.
We got the phone call. It was in the middle of the night, which kind of gets you off guard.
You just don't imagine that it's him. Like, they probably made a mistake and something else is going wrong.
Today, the Streiflers sit down with cold case detectives and receive some unexpected news.
Some good news.
Really?
We opened the investigation a few months ago, and so this was able to confirm that there's a DNA match. So we have our suspect. Looks like we have a pretty good case. It was the person responsible for the person.
Detective Phillips explains the case against Melvin Jacks.
Melvin Jacks. There's no doubt in my mind that he's the operator of the street.
Well, I think it's gratifying to know that justice is being served. When you take the life of somebody, whether it's by murder or by accident or whatever, it's nice to know that justice is being served.
It puts it in perspective, these are real people in a real loss. They can tell you, see through pictures, words that the victim's family might express to you. just how important this person is. I mean, it really doesn't hit home until this kind of thing happens.
So there is always hope for any families that are wondering, like we were, if there's anything happening. It's nice to
being able to tell this family that after 18 years, they can put a name to who killed their family member. That's gratifying, and I hope that will help them.
Yes.
All right. Good. Well, thank you very much.
For cold case detectives, one case is closed, but hundreds more remain.
It's very satisfying, but that satisfaction short-lived because when you get back in the office tomorrow, it's back to the other cases that you're still working, the cases that still, cases that there's still attorneys not work to do. And we hope that eventually we have this sort of conclusion of those cases as well.
Since you come in ocean, and I just always looking, and I need the thunder to take
I'm a living witness to what happened. I always thought that he would come back and try to kill me and finish the job. Just having that hanging over your shoulder puts a great deal of stress on you and anxiety. He took my sanity. He took that me, that person inside that I was supposed to be from me. I spent a long time, a long part of my life being a victim. And I chose from then on that I would never be a victim again.
Back when I was younger. Alright, I gotta stop dancing. I gotta get ready.
What do you remember about the attack?
I don't remember anything. Nothing.
Did you do any sort of hypnotherapy or anything like that to try to remember?
I didn't know if I wanted to, if I was ready to remember, and if I did, how would it affect me? Would it make me worse? Would it make me, hurt more?
On a frigid Monday morning outside Denver, Connie Large Bennett gets a disturbing phone call about her son Bruce and his wife Deborah.
Connie's brother called her because Bruce and Debbie hadn't shown up for work that morning. Bruce and Debbie worked for Bruce's uncle. They were the regional distributors of Bassett Furniture. And so they tried calling several times and didn't get an answer.
Connie and Deborah's brother Larry had just seen the couple and their two young daughters, Melissa and Vanessa, the night before.
It was a celebration of Melissa's birthday. She was turning 8. I remember the kids laughing and playing, and it was festive. Debbie made it special.
Connie was worried that something had happened in the home, so she raced over to the house. Nothing prepared her for what she was going to find inside.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna finish the video real quick.
I arrived at the scene on East Center Drive at about 10:45. Patrol was already on the scene, as were crime scene investigators.
I've been a policeman since 1969. I've been to 3 different crime scenes, but this was particularly vicious, very vicious. They led me from the garage into the kitchen. As I entered, I looked to my right on the floor. I saw the body of Bruce Bennett. Bruce was struck above the head and face with a hammer, and I also observed that his throat had been cut. They then took me up the staircase. We then entered the master bedroom, and there on the bed, I saw a female that was bludgeoned to death. They took me into a girls' bedroom. I observed the body of Melissa Bennett, 7 years old.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna cut the video in a little bit. I just gotta go run somewhere real quick.
And she'd been sexually
thanks
assaulted.
for staying tuned.